Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Rabenschild. We are looking at the Duna Explorer. It is still on its way to Duna. It will still take a lot of time. And so I have just some updates for you at the moment. We will do some maintenance today and land some astronauts or Kerbal on the moon. We prepared that and we should do that in the next. No, we will do it in this episode. So just some updates. The Duna Explorer might be a fail because it could be that I don't have enough fuel on there here anymore. One of the mods I installed did some stuff to these nuclear engines and to fuel tanks, and I could repair it, at least the stuff it did to the nuclear engines. It changed the nuclear engines to a different fuel source, and so they didn't have fuel at all. I installed HyperEdit to maybe, don't know, change that, but HyperEdit is not able to do that. I did some other stuff with HyperEdit I will show you just to inform you. And it might be that we don't have enough fuel, because now we have liquid fuel and oxidizer, and I packed, as far as I can remember, just liquid fuel. We will have to see what the outcome of this is. The stuff under the shroud should be okay, I have the feeling, because I don't think that I used nuclear engines there. But let us go back to the Space Center. Other stuff also suffered. The second moon crane was gone, and the lander, the moon lander, or the crew lander I brought back to the moon also suffered and was gone, because while repairing the mod problems and all that stuff, my moon orbiter vanished. But I did build a new thing that is up there now. Two parts, joined them together, and it looks a bit better and is maybe a bit more suited for that. Let me wait. I hope it comes in right now. This is what we have up here now. I brought another moon crane here. This was a test. Let me go and try to get into the sun so we can see what we have up here. At the moment, the orbit is, for some reason, this orbit decays. It shouldn't. But you can see that the apoapsis height and the periapsis height change very much, and I don't know why. It could be the SAS that it makes problems here, but I don't really know. So here is our new capsule to land asteroids on the moon. We will do that today, and this will be our new moon crane. The moon crane also suffered from it, and I decided to go with a normal fuel system, and I didn't test that by now. It could be that it doesn't have enough fuel. Moon crane, I tried to bring 3 different versions to the moon, and I ditched 2 of them, just deorbited them into the moon because they were not good. And this one is the one I have here right now. We should test it at one point, but I don't have any plans to do stuff with the moon right now. I don't know what is up with my numbers here. Why is this station completely messing up right now? I don't know. Okay, let us get these guys to the lunar surface. I hope it works. I brought them here, and I have 3 here now. It's I think 2 scientists and an engineer. they will do an auto land with MacJab, and I hope that my my atomic engine here does a good job in landing this thing. Let me give a bit of speed, because it seems that this station turns in a crazy way and I want to get away from it. Okay, let us pick a target and we will go for... Don't know if the moon crane is the right thing to go for. Recycle. We will get close to the recycle rover. That's a good thing. The recycle rover tipped over. We will see that in a sec. And not crashed, but it is not usable anymore. I can't turn it on its right side without the Kerbal picking it up. But I don't want to do that. So let us land at the target, go to auto warp, and then hopefully we get this thing down on the surface in a without crashes or something like that. That would have been a very precise landing on the rover, I have the feeling. I steered a bit to not crash into that. Okay, we can keep this down here for now, unload the astronauts or Kerbal nodes, the Kerbals, and we can take a look at the rest of the base for now. Let us go and switch over here. I installed this, I don't know how it's called, vehicle switch or something like that. I need to stop this, otherwise this whole thing will explode. This is the resource, the thing that converts resources. But you can see I have cleaned it up a bit and taken this part, for example, the rocket part production, and I've put it on top of this thing here because it was lying here in the lunar dust, and I think it is better to clean that up a bit. A lot of the parts produce a lot of lag and all that stuff, and so I think cleaning it up and getting it a bit more compact is a nice thing. This thing is big anyways. I don't know why this thing is so freaking big, but we will see. Okay, the rover is still parked here, and the work was mostly cleaning up stuff. That's, by the way, why the recycle rovers tipped over. I tried to disassemble a part with it and recycle it, but for some reason, weird physics, it tipped it over, and then I had to manually put in the stuff, but that works too. Maybe the recycle rover is not a good, by the way, not a good thing to aim for, because if something lands on here and for some reason I've turned it on, the whole thing just vanishes. Good. These Kerbals will do more work up here. I hope I have filled up the tanks by now. No, I don't have. Oh man. I have a lot of ore, but this is metal ore for the rocket parts. So I don't have ore. This all got changed into liquid fuel. So we may be able to refuel this thing. On the other hand, maybe it's not necessary to do that. So, but I will see when I return this vehicle back to the orbital up there. And I will have to take a look at maybe the orbit is too small. Maybe I need to make the orbit bigger of the lunar orbital station. We will have to see. Good. Other things up here, nothing special right now. Let us go back to the Space Center. In the meantime, I did some CHEATY experimentation. I installed a mod that is called Interstellar something future whatsoever. It has nice machinery in it and nice parts, mainly an electrical system for FTL drives, something like that. Alcubierre drives called. It's a thing that was proposed, and it should be our way to reach faster than light speed. At least that's what the scientist that, or the guy that proposed this, how it could work. It's crazy, and I don't know how it works. It's folding space in front of it. Everybody calls it a warp drive, and it's basically in there, and for that you have reactors and antimatter and other drive systems, vacuum plasma drives that just work with electricity and all that stuff. And I wanted to test that out. And for that you need power, a lot of power. And one of the ways to get power is to transmit it. And so I have cheated something into the sun orbit. I don't use it for anything in the game. So our whole lunar base is completely disconnected from that. It's just this one thing and a small rocket that I'm using to test how these work. In the normal career mode, it also has stuff in it to, as basically a separate science part that you can use to upgrade the modules and get better energy, more energy out of the same parts, and oh man, that takes a long time. Okay, now it is loaded. It takes ages to load this thing because solar panels and crap. So this is the solar satellite I've placed here. Again, cheaty stuff. It's tests for the future. If I ever really want to use this, I will deorbit this thing and let it plummet into the sun and don't use it, because again, I would like to keep it as cheat free as possible, this game. But this is a test I wanted to do and show off the parts. So I have this here is basically a transmitter. It's hard to see it right now. You can see it from the backside. It's a big antenna that transmits energy into my solar system. So from here, I'm with microwaves. I'm transmitting energy to other parts that can pick up these microwaves and turn them into usable energy. Good thing is I found this part. This is a capacitor. It uses electrical charge to produce megajoules. That's the unit of power that this thing uses. It also produces waste heat. That's why I have these big radiators here. These are different from the stock radiators. It would be nice if they would work together, or if I could just use these to dissipate heat that normal. I don't know. I never tested it also, so I could be wrong here. But these solar panels produce power that is stored and changed, translated, changed in these things into megajoules. You can see that here, and this antenna transmits the megajoules into the system. Relatively easy. You can also do that with reactors from planets and all that stuff, but it is better to have something in orbit so no atmospheres kind of mess with the microwaves. So yeah, fairly easy. The build of this thing, to get it where it is right now, it would be crazy, because again, it is orbiting the sun relatively close, in between Kerbin and the second planet Eve. Otherwise, if I go closer, I would be too close to Eve, and I risk that this thing gets deorbited by Eve or something like that. Or if I go much too close, it burns in the sun, because these solar panels, I think they're not made to withstand a lot of heat, but they will just burn up then. But let me show you the small craft I've also built. Again, another test. Nothing special. I'm testing with it where. Wow, crazy. We have a thunderstorm coming in. I might stop recording in a bit. But for now, until it gets too loud, I will just keep on going. Okay, we have the testbed power receiver. I've brought it. I brought it to all the planets to see, and now into basically the outermost orbit from the sun, to see if I can still get power there. And it still transmits power to this little ship here. It has 2 radiators and this receiver here. This is basically a microwave receiver. It stores a bit of power and receives the power. You can see it here. The moment it gets 100 something kilowatts. But this raises. It depends how far away this thing is from the. These produce. For some reason, these really produce sometimes weird graphical effects. It seems they don't work to right, their animation. Otherwise, drone core, a bit of power storage. These things are plasma thrusters. You can use them with fuel, but they also work on vacuum plasma. This is basically plasma from nothing. Quantum vacuum something. Don't ask me how that is supposed to work. Here it works. It's basically a thruster that works with no input of fuel, just input of energy. You put in megajoules and it produces a little amount of thrust. It's a bit cheaty. That's because it is, in this game, it is fully upgraded. Normally you would have to still put in fuel, and on the last upgrade level it then gets these abilities. That's how that works. So again, another just test that will get deorbited or just terminated when I ever want to use stuff like that. I'm using this game also to test stuff, to see how I could implement that into into the rest of the game, basically. I don't like to have test games and here and another game, and so I'm doing that in here. The next plan is we will deliver some fuel to everywhere. I want to test another mod for that. There is a mod in the game now that is called Devon Supply Industries, something like that. It seems to be an automatic fuel transfer mod. So you can order fuel basically put out a contract and let someone else do the refueling. I at least want to test that. I don't know if I want to use that, because it would make all the other stuff obsolete. So building bases and all that stuff, I wouldn't want to build that. But yeah, we will see. Good people, I think that is all for today. I gave you the updates. I will do some supply runs in the meantime, and next time we might want to test this Devon Industries. Whoa! Now it gets loud out there. It's good. I think I will make a break here, and we will meet us in the next episode. One thing, I want to take a look at the parts that these. This is the Devon Station Logistics Hub. The Station Logistics Hub produced Devon Tech Limited is an integral part of Devon Logistics. It's very affordable logistics service. Yeah, that's the problem. It is. I don't play with money. You people will have to tell me if you want to see me playing career mode or something like that. Because at the moment, I don't feel playing that. But if you say play that rather than playing this free game, basically, I will consider that. Because with this, then it could be interesting to just say, okay, I will drop the money to refuel the rockets with this thing. If I really need to spend money on it and all that stuff, maybe then it is interesting to do that. Good people, but again, the weather, yeah, I will not be able to record in a bit because of loud noises. Good people, I hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on it. If you want to see more, then leave a comment and tell me, maybe, don't know, you have ideas or... Whoa, what's this truck doing back there? You have ideas or something like that, let me know in the comments. Okay, we will see us in the next episode. See ya, guys.